Samsung, proud sponsor of TechBusters.
The MTN App Awards celebrate innovation, originality and excellence in the South African app arena, and it is judged by industry veterans like Toby Shapshak, and they've roped me in this year as well to be a judge, so I'm pretty excited about this. But, you know, it's great that you have, MTN firstly getting involved in this competition, and in this world that we're living in that is really dominated by apps, and this is certainly the future. Now, this year's event is happening next month, and so here to tell us more about it is Kevin Jacobson, who's General Manager for MTN Business Marketing. Kevin, how's it going? Thank you for joining us on the show.
Oh, great, good to be here.
Great synergy. I mean, obviously MTN getting involved with this, and you've been involved from the beginning. It's really apps, and that's essentially what your business is about, mobility. How have you seen the competitions from where it started? I mean, we're in the third year to where we are today. I want to talk to you a bit about the entries a little bit later on, but what kind of growth have you seen in the app industry and the quality of the apps in this competition?
Wow, I think it's grown in leaps and bounds. I mean, we entered the first year, it was the winner in category 1, F&B, winner in category 2, F&B, winner in category 3, F&B. Now I think they're finding, people like F&B are finding it hard to get a place. There's phenomenal innovation coming through. There's stuff that's really starting to change the way people live.
And it's amazing, you're highlighting interesting apps. I mean, last year I think it was SnapScan who won it.
Yes, wow.
And you just see what kind of other businesses it's inspired to kind of design similar banking transactional apps like that. This year I'm sure is going to be a whole new crop of apps that are going to be coming through. What kind of apps have you seen so far coming through the judging process, which I think the entry's close tonight? Eh?
Entry's close tonight. Unfortunately, I haven't been privileged to see what it is.
Yeah.
I know it's going to cover a wide variety, right through, I think, from education, property, all sorts of things will be there.
Yeah. Well, which category excites you the most? Based on the previous years, I know banking was quite a novel one, and you mentioned F&B earlier, and it's great to have the financial apps, but I think there's been an evolution in the app industry, surely.
Yeah, wow. If you look at the winner previously, SnapScan, I mean, they weren't known, suddenly they're purchased by Standard Bank. Suddenly they're out in thousands, tens of thousands of vendors now. And it's really made a huge difference because certain people, I don't know if you know, it's not always easy to be able to get listed to have a credit card and others. So if you've got a little neighborhood market or something, or a flea market, or you want to trade as a barber and you can't get the ability to deal with credit cards and others, these apps come to the fore.
Now, Kevin, the one question is that, you probably, there's one of the small guys that are watching us right now, right? They're saying, well, I've got a great idea for an app. I've put something together that's pretty good, but I can't compete with the big studios, the big guys like the banks who've got like a whole team of people designing apps. Does the competition cater for the small guys as well?
Most certainly. So there's most innovative app and there's best garage developer. I think that's one that excites me most.
Yeah.
So we've always been trying to really cultivate that type of talent, be looking into bringing small business up into the front. Really, if you look at it, apps are the space for people to play. Today there aren't as many jobs. It's tough out there. We want to let people get into the market and make a real difference.
Yeah. Talking about apps, I mean, what are your favorite apps that you use on your smartphone, that you use every single day?
Well,
I would imagine WhatsApp's there, the obvious ones. WhatsApp and
sport, weather, maths apps for my kids, reading apps for my kids, for travel. I mean, I love TripAdvisor and other apps. I mean, they actually direct you right to the place that you want to go, to the door.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, apps that are using social media, we've also brought in an app for small businesses where they can, or big businesses where they can actually register their business and put keywords. So when people search for a business, it'll actually take them to the door. So you can find out if I need a neighborhood plumber and it's around the corner, it'll be there. That type of thing.
No, it's amazing how the smartphone and how apps are transforming our world. From a business and from consumers like you and I. And I'm quite sure that you must be finding it at MTN, for example, the data side of things, that the amount of data that's been generated from the apps must be surpassing the goals that you had set, say, 4 or 5 years ago, from your traditional web browsing and using it and tethering your device to use it for other forms of data. But the apps must surely be consuming quite a bit of data on your network.
They do. They most certainly do. Actually, we're seeing data revenues globally are starting to surpass voice revenues. We're becoming a data-hungry world, and I mean, people need knowledge. People need to be educated, and to have everything at your fingertips is phenomenal.
And what's great about the MTN App of the Year Awards as well, Kevin, is that you're encouraging young and entrepreneurial spirit in South Africa, so that the level of development of apps in South Africa is actually pretty good compared to international standards. I mean, we really have some fantastic developers, and this is one of the great things that this competition highlights.
And they're Africa relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, they make sense. It's for Africans, by Africans. It's fantastic. We have unique problems in Africa that aren't experienced elsewhere. That's why, I mean, we really, at MTN, I mean, our big thing is to lead this whole bold new digital world.
Well,
to
that's
start
great.
giving people the ability and giving people information and allowing them to interact with information on a daily basis.
That's fantastic. Kevin, thank you for joining us. Big prizes. When's the winner going to be announced?
The winner will be announced at the event on the 14th of August.
14th of August. And I can tell you something, we at TechBusters will be there. We'll be filming it. We'll be letting you know exactly who the apps are. We'll be featuring some of the apps. And it's fantastic. So well done, MTN. Thanks for joining us this evening,
And
Kevin.
thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure.